So, excuse the sound of lawn service in the background for all my neighbors. But I just got done recording a little art class, and I wanted to take a moment to talk about something that maybe doesn't get talked about, which is that, like, not everybody needs to do every exercise in Pilates. And what I mean by that is not that you shouldn't try hard things or do things that you're not good at, but sometimes you may find an exercise that just does not agree with you for a myriad of reasons. And this is one of those like use your best judgment kind of things. So I'll use myself as an example. I'm a really hypermobile person. And so while I am capable of doing the full semicircle situation on the reformer, I can't really do the exercise on the reformer without my back hurting. I just can't. I've tried it so many ways. I've tried not pushing out as far. I've changed springs. But when I do something similar on the tower, no problem. And I think some of it has to do with the way the load is pushed into my body, feeling pushed into versus pushing out. And maybe this is something I will revisit in the future, but when it comes time to do semicircle, I usually do a variation that does not have me off the carriage with my hands against the shoulder blocks. I am more likely to move my spine in the ways directed and maybe even be in Pilates V, but keep my body above the carriage. Again, this is one of those like every body has different needs, you know? For example, they talk about how we shouldn't teach to folks, folks with osteoporosis or osteopenia or any variation therein probably shouldn't do a ton of inversion work on the reformer. This is pretty standard. Now, I know people who fit that profile who do these exercises, but I also know people who have no interest in doing these exercises, and that's okay. Like, they don't do short spine on the reformer ever. They do lots of other things and they do them well. They move on their spine without load or pull, but is that for everybody? No. And I think that's really what I'm trying to get down to here is that, like, what kind of movement you need to engage in, what kinds of feelings you're having about the way that you're moving that day can impact what exercises you choose to do or choose not to do. And as a teacher, I never take it personally if someone's like, I'm going to do something else. Because first of all, I'm just there to guide. And like, I am not occupying your physical experience. I don't know what it's like. Using myself as an example, sometimes I will do feet and straps, but I'll be honest, I hate feet and straps. I don't like the way it feels in my body. I don't like the way it feels in my hips. I think it like irritates an injury. And so when I do them, I have to do them with a lot more care and a much, much smaller range of movement than most people are comfortable watching, to be honest with you. But I know I don't want to feel the pain in my hips and my low back from what I can do versus what I should be doing today. Let's see here. What are some other exercises I can think of that aren't necessarily for everybody? There's all sorts of planking stuff that just does not agree with people's hands and wrists if they have arthritis. There's options, but maybe it's just not going to happen. Can you use less of your can you use less of your energy in class to do a thing that like doesn't feel good or hurts you than you would for things that help you? So just a thought, a couple minutes with me and my matcha tea here in my mug, to talk about the fact that, not everybody needs to do every exercise. Just because you did it one day doesn't mean you need to do it the next. And like, function within the range of what seems like a good idea for your body when you show up in class. Okay, that's it.